Previously on Two Past Midnight. Up ahead, you actually see what looks like a gas station.
Oh, God, we do not have good luck with gas stations.
Nope, son of a...
Might as well be a cemetery.
I think that we should avoid it.
Do they got any vehicles?
What if I go in unarmed and see what they have, and if they're willing to help?
So a guy comes out and starts like patting Novik down to see if he has anything on him. Where are you coming from?
I'm heading from Krakow.
Go back from where you came in. Just turn around, get out.
Gonna get up and start walking back.
So we're heading into the evening shift. You guys going to continue going, marching north?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Let me put you back on the map so you can see where you are. Says I don't know what your travel plan is. So that's where you are right now.
Oh, we could start cutting northeast now.
And that's going to be mountainous. You're starting to head into hills, actually.
That's
yeah,
good.
well,
That's
I mean,
what
we
that
would
light
just.
brown is gonna be.
I figured we would just stay hugging the shape of that river, probably up until the road just outside of whatever town that is that I would need to butcher the name for.
Prejidborj?
Did you just say that backwards, or is that the actual name of the place?
I don't know, man. I'm making this shit up.
For some reason, whenever I do it, though, it sounds like very insincere. Like you sound like you were trying to pronounce it properly. Whenever I try and do it, it sounds like I am.
It's probably actually simple, like Prejborj or Preborj.
Yeah.
I mean, look at do you guys remember the coach for Duke, Mike Krzyzewski?
No.
It was spelled like KYRZYZCWESKI.
Perzedbors.
Perzedbors?
Yes, Perzedbors. All right, so we're headed into the evening shift, and you guys are continuing on. Is that your plan?
Northeast, yeah. We're going to follow the river We're going to travel to, rest to? Is that our plan?
I mean, yeah, that's what we would try and do.
All right. We're going to do that.
All right, recon roll and survival roll for navigation to actually make it to the hex you're trying to get to.
4 and a 6.
All right, so you don't get lost and end up here.
8 and a 4.
Well, that's good.
What was that, Chris?
8 and a 4, so 1 success.
Okay. All right, so you guys are going along. And as you're moving, Chris, up ahead a little ways, you actually see a group of like 4 Soviets that seem like they're patrolling on foot. But they don't seem to have noticed you.
And which direction are they heading?
Northwest, currently. Inside of a giant 10-meter hex.
I got you. So they're ahead and moving away.
Northwest. You're headed northeast. So it's more like up ahead you see them intersecting your path like black cats.
So I stop, turn around, put my hand up, and slowly walk back to our group. Merrick, guys, Emmett, you got small foot patrol Soviets heading northwest, a few meters ahead.
Do you want me to do the bumbling local again?
No.
No, we will just we'll take a rest here and let these guys move past.
Go around again. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it'd be the same as like backing off again is what you'd be doing.
We don't want to try to sneak past them.
That's still what backing off is.
Oh, I thought it was two different things. Like one is okay.
Yeah, it's still kind of backing off.
It still slows your movement speed.
Yeah.
So
That's the ultimate point of the whole thing.
right.
Yeah.
So we would just be making camp in this hex.
Instead of the next one.
Right.
I could go talk to him.
They're Soviets. We're already knowing what's going on around this area. We don't need anybody to alert more Soviets.
There are Soviets in our group.
There are.
Yeah, but these looked like soldiers performing a patrol.
Right.
You look like soldiers performing a patrol.
We look like a group of people not getting anywhere because we keep backing off everything.
You notice also, Chris, that one of them has a radio.
And they have a radio.
So they will...
No talkie-talkie.
They can alert more if they catch any idea or feel any certain way about us. I think we're better off just letting them continue on, and we move just right on past them.
Okay. But when you were traveling, did you ever have radio? Did you know where other units were?
I mean, we only had a working radio for a short period of time, and it didn't pan out too much for us. But we also know that there are operational vehicles in the area that would probably be equipped with radios.
To me, radio means other patrols or other troops, which means organization, which means no good juju for us.
It's not guaranteed, though.
It's not. But, I mean...
Up until the time I met you guys, I had a radio on my back the whole time. Nobody to talk to.
See? They carry guns. That doesn't mean they have ammo. They have radio. Doesn't mean they have people to talk to. I carry wallet with, driver's license. Why? I still have it.
Why would we take unnecessary risks?
Maybe it benefits us in long run. Maybe they join us.
Maybe they do, and then we just have more mouths to feed. If they don't have any... The radio doesn't do anything, and if the radio doesn't work and they have zero ammo, all we're going to do is take on more people who need protection and need to eat. So what are we really talking about here?
Okay,
And
okay.
we have so much to offer. They're already better well off than we are.
You guys are in charge. Okay. All right.
You think maybe they just expanded their patrol?
The player likes to play devil's advocate. What can I say, you know?
Yeah, I just want to point out you're pretty fucking close to where
Well aware.
the rest of them are.
Well aware.
Do you not remember this? His new character doesn't remember his last character, so...
You saw him briefly. That was it.
All right, so your guys' plan is to back off, essentially, to avoid
we're
the
camping.
encounter.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
back
then
off
that's
and
going to
make
put
camp.
us into camping or
Right.
stamina rolls, right?
Right. Well, I mean, you're not technically marching, so it would just be, yeah. Kyle, D6 for weather.
4. No change.
Okay. Yep. Still fucking sunny. So
Okay, so if we back off, we lose the movement, but if we try and go forward, we're now talking stamina rolls, right?
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, then we're making camp here.
yeah.
What do you guys think about tomorrow breaking off the river and going northeast?
I mean, I'm all for it, but the river keeps our bearings. You know, even these next couple of ships, we can try and still fish for rations as we continue beside the river.
I told you, though, there's no fish in that river.
You were too far upstream.
Right. now we're at a different location.
And also,
You were trying to
that
fish amongst the rocks.
that patrol that Murph was afraid of was heading northwest, so we're heading right into their territory, it seems.
Well, the thought process is what's the best place to search for people following the river makes sense.
I mean, yeah, we can start navigating off road. I mean, at this point, the way that Emmett is banged up and whatnot, as far as total meta goes, it's all the same. It doesn't matter whether we're off road, on road, or not. It's going to be the same speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are setting up camp, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Murph, I'm assuming that's you with your survival and your recon. Give me a survival and then a recon for it. And then who's on watch and what's everybody else doing?
Merrick will take watch. He'll take first watch.
Emmett will then sleep and take the next watch after that.
May I fish?
At night?
You and me go fishing in the dark.
Are you trying to fish at night? Is that what you're doing?
Hey, night fishing is...
Is there any
It's when
difference
it's
between
at.
day fishing and night fishing?
I'll probably make you roll a survival roll to not get lost walking around at night in the hills and the woods.
Not going fishing.
All right, cool. All right.
Come on.
Are you going to do that for scrounging as well?
Yeah.
Ten and a 1.
I'm just being realistic. No, you can scrounge at night. That's fine.
I would like to scrounge.
Okay, cool.
I get a
So
negative
10 and a 1
for
for the survival roll, Chris?
Yep, and a 12 and a 9 for the recon on it for
Jesus.
covering it. So
We've had like the most invisible camps of all time.
it's about time I roll well.
That's because nobody else can see it. I'm fucking with you, kid. I'm fucking with you.
I got a 5 and a 7 for keeping watch. So
Okay.
1 success.
All right, 1 success. All right, and you were going to try to scrounge, Kyle?
Negative
Okay.
1 for terrain or whatever.
Yeah, it's hills, so whatever that is for scrounging. Plus, it's summertime now, which I think also modifies your scrounging.
I thought it was foraging that I meant. Scrounging is just like looking for shit.
Oh, then no, you can't scrounge here.
that's
You're
fine.
just in the middle of like nowhere. Yeah, this isn't a scrounging for loot. If you want to go foraging, that's fine. But yeah,
I'll
no,
forage.
this is.
Let me
yeah.
forage.
Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry, I misinterpreted what you meant. No, there's no loot here in the hills. And if you find it, it's probably some like moonshiner who will shoot you for trying to steal their shit.
There we go. 1 success. I got a 9.
Well, wait, hold on. I was gonna. It's adjusted for the.
Jumping the gun, Kyle.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, he said roll.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to find the
Damn it, Kyle.
for foraging. There is modifiers based on. Yeah, no, it's +0. Yeah, it's a 0.
1 success.
Okay, so 1 success. All right, so yes, you're able to find 1 ration worth of food.
Wild mushrooms, like a chicken of the woods kind of thing.
Okay. And who was keeping watch again? Well,
Merrick.
Merrick. Okay, and you got what'd you get? 1 success.
1 success.
Okay. Okay. You don't seem to have noticed anything.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. All right. So the night shift goes along. It is now the morning of the 13th. Emmett, when you wake up, Dr. Dolinsky comes over and asks you, he's like, Captain, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling, how's your pelvis and your leg? Are they feeling any better? Or?
Yeah, I mean, my leg's pretty tore up. My pelvis feels a little stiff, but we're all right.
Okay. I just wanted to check in and see how you were feeling. I'm making my rounds, checking on everyone. Did anyone eat rations or drink water yesterday, by the way?
I did, and I have 0 and 0 now.
Okay.
I would see if Emmett wants to cook with me, and we would, upon completion, eat and drink. Because you slept already, didn't you? You didn't take the first watch?
Yes, I slept but somebody would need to take watch for this next shift.
For the morning? Yeah. Also, Kyle, weather roll.
It's a pretty hidden camp, so
A
that's
1.
the-
I rolled a 1.
gets worse.
Yeah,
It is now cloudy.
Damn it, Kyle.
You got like 7 days of sun.
You did get, yeah.
Yeah, you
rolled
know,
pretty-
It was a lot of
pretty
sun.
shit
Yes,
hot
we
for a while.
we cannot say anything about it.
So
is
I haven't
beautiful.
slept yet, so I would hand the wild rations to Emmett and say, hey, I'm going to bed. You want to cook these up for me for breakfast? And then I go lay down.
Okay.
And cooking is survival?
Yep.
Yeah, I could try.
You also get an extra ration for cooking it, remember?
Right. So yeah, I guess Emmett would try that.
I'm out of food, so I guess I just drink water last.
I mean, you technically don't need food every day. You just need it to be able to heal stress or hit points. But then after a certain number of days, you start suffering.
Consequences
Damage.
of that.
Right. All right, some of the civilians go out, and they come back with 3 more rations, by the way, Brian, of wild rations.
Okay, with wild rations?
Mhm.
Okay.
Can he cook that all together? Can we cook all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say they come back with rations, is that in addition to what they have for themselves, or
Yes.
just total?
They went out and gathered some more stuff, and able to came back with 3 more days worth of rations. I'm kind of tracking what they are consuming on their end. So, but they're
Okay.
still trying to like stockpile, as they go.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Merrick has nothing. So, food or water.
Yeah, they got 2 the other day and then 3 more just now. So if you want to do all of that with what he just got, with what LT just got, that would be 6 days worth of rations. And then you would get a plus. You'd be able to add an extra day's worth of rations to it, I guess.
Okay. So I'm rolling survival then?
Yep.
That is a 6 and a 2. So one success.
Okay. All right. There you go.
So
So that's 6 rations.
I almost think it's like we're kind of having to get food every day and alternate who eats what day, essentially. So everybody eats every 2 days.
Half
2 or
ration.
3 days. Yeah. I mean, if you go 2 or 3 days, you know what I mean? Like you're not suffering damage yet, but you're kind of making them last. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When I wake up, I would notice Merrick doesn't have any water. I have 6 bottles. I would give him 2.
Oh, deal.
I would
will
drink
happily
1,
take
so I would be down to 3 of 4, and I would give him 2.
it. And immediately drink 1.
And we'd be heading into the day shift. So if you want to roll me another weather.
2.
And before we leave the river and start heading northeast, why don't we fill up our water?
We are technically not in that hex. Unless Adam would like to be very kind and say it's on the edge.
You're actually, it hasn't updated there, Jeremy. You guys are here.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not.
I don't
even
know
close
why
to
it
the
hasn't
river.
updated there. Yeah. Yeah, that's where you guys are. I don't know why it didn't update. But yeah, no, you're a whole full hex plus away from the river at this point.
Okay.
So 6 people would have got wild rations that had been cooked.
You guys now have 6 domestic rations for the whole group of 10 people added on top of, I'm sorry, 13 people added on top of whatever there already was. So, I don't know, are you eating one of the rations?
Yes.
I'll skip a day.
Yeah,
eating
Emmett
ration.
wouldn't eat.
Because you don't have to eat every day, is what I'm saying. You don't have to eat a full day's worth of rations every day. You can save them until you actually take damage.
Okay. That
Or
okay.
stress,
That'll work.
so that you can heal. And the way that now we're finally diving more into this, like, you don't start taking damage from starvation until a ways. You know what I mean? Hold on.
3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, 3 hours. Sub-zero.
Starving. You must eat at least a ration of food at least once every day. After a full day without food, you become starving. Starvation has several effects. Actually, it does have it every day. You cannot heal damage. That's all. You suffer 1 point of damage per week. So yeah,
we got plenty of time.
Yeah. So that's ultimately it.
That
Like,
tracks.
you don't take a point of damage until a week of not eating. So
And then once you eat, you're no longer starving.
right.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, but that also means you can't heal if you haven't eaten. So then that's why I was saying you don't really need it. I guess
Until you
unless
As long as
you
you're
get
at your top, you're gravy.
Yeah. But then that also means that if you get injured and you get incapacitated by damage, then theoretically someone couldn't heal you if you're starving. Then you would remain incapacitated from damage.
Well, they could heal you, but you couldn't heal on your own, right?
You can't
resting?
heal damage in any way. You can
Oh.
recover
It says any.
stress normally.
Okay.
So you would have to stay
I'm reading what it says.
incapacitate. You could recapacitate, but stay at your max damage.
How? By healing?
I don't think we necessarily healed when we recapacitate.
So basically, if you're starving and you take all of your damage, you die.
You don't die. You just become incapacitated by damage and cannot be undone
Healed.
until you eat.
But you can't eat because you're incapacitated.
Yeah. Unless they're going to feed you soup while you're incapacitated, I guess. That gets really weird.
I mean, I would say that would go along with like a first aid roll at that point. You know what I mean? So,
with you.
but not like in combat.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
what-
if
is
you
my
could,
understanding.
if you could
Yeah,
crawl
yeah,
and
yeah,
mumble,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
they could sneak food into your mouth.
Yeah, see, so under recovery it says if no one helps you within a shift, you recover anyway and heal 1 point of damage.
So then,
But you wouldn't be able to because
you're starving.
Because you're starving, yeah.
So you can't heal on your own, but if somebody treats you,
that would still be healing. What I'm saying is I would
Yeah.
allow for feeding somebody mush is what I'm saying.
sure. Which
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Chew for me, baby.
Baby birding them. All right, so what is your guys' plan then for the shift?
March northeast.
Daytime. You're going to march northeast. It's still cloudy.
Well,
So somebody roll me the survival roll for headed northeast, and then
this is brutal.
a recon roll for.
Welcome to the game, Jeremiah. Yeah, it
I
is.
bet you we run into somebody and we skirt around them.
Recon was an 8 and a 4, so 1 success.
All right, so 1 success for recon.
7 and a 1, 1 success.
Okay. So you're going along. As you're moving, you see this farmhouse that's kind of like sitting up on this hill. It's like right by a back road, and it looks like it's been like just blown out and like burned to the ground, basically. But it seems like there's kind of like this crater around it. Like it blew out more so than in.
Like a targeted direct hit.
Maybe. I mean, from as far away as you are, possibly. You know what I mean? But it's like there's debris away from it, essentially.
Oh.
If we want to know what happened there, I might have some insight on that. Or we could just keep going. Either way.
He walks back to these guys and he's like, hey, got a, looks like a farmhouse up ahead that's blown to shit.
Do we have any more information about it? It's just blown up.
I mean, not really. A lot of debris around it.
Might be a good place to look for supplies.
Does it look like the cleansing fire we had run into before?
It looks more like debris blown out, which isn't exactly the same kind of thing. Like that was more like you guys getting hit by
Fire.
yeah, coming, but like raining down. You know what I mean? Like the way that is more like an airburst on the Woolly Pete, and that comes down. And this is more like it explosion out.
Internal.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's what I'm saying is it doesn't look like it and then like burned up because like just a fire. It looks like there was an explosion.
Yeah, Merrick's just gonna go check it out.
Okay. Is anyone else going with him, or is it just Merrick?
Bruce is going with him.
Do I get a bonus then?
I'll cover them.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. I'll take every bonus I can. I got a 12 and a 6. I know
Okay.
lots of things about it. What
All right.
what happened here?
So, Chris, as you're covering him, you're kind of like watching around. You also see that there's a pickup truck that also looks like it got hit in the explosion. It's kind of like tipped over on its side beside like this barn that's right next to it. But the barn also looks like it got blown out too, but not like, but directionally from the house, essentially, is kind of what it looks like to you. And same thing to you, Jeremy, as you get closer. But yeah, as you get closer, it looks like you're kind of looking around, and based upon the blast pattern, and like you actually see bodies of people that look like they were Soviets, like they're in Soviet uniforms, or at least what's left of it, and they're kind of like 5 or 6 of them kind of around in the area, and you do see like the remains of another person that is probably a civilian in the basement area, right? But it looks like there was an explosion from the basement out, and it seems like maybe there was like munitions and extra shit like that at one point was stored in this basement but had been blown, essentially.
No one else is going to know this.
I know.
But this is the most amazing callback that no one knows about.
Nobody knows
other
about
than Adam and I.
Go ahead, Jeremy. You can explain it, and then people will know about it.
Because this goes... So Anna was the first character I ever made, and I rolled randomly for everything, and that's how she ended up the way she was. And the very first session we played, she comes to this farmhouse, and she's helping out these locals, and then marauders show up, and there's this whole stand down and a firefight, and the guy in there blows the house to keep the marauders from getting any of his stuff, and like kills it. So like she escapes with I think the
rest
old
of his
lady,
family, and
the rest of his family, like his mother-in-law or mother, and like his wife and kids and stuff like that. She gets him out of there, and then he blows up the house. Like, and it was all of these persuasion rolls to try to get them out of there. And so she ended up like persuading this family out of there, and he stuck around and blew the house. That's fucking awesome. That's so cool. I dig it.
And that was the first time we played 4th edition, like when it first came out. Yeah, like like way back. And so I was like, I had it marked on the map still, and as you guys were going along, I was like, oh, he's about to hit the spot where the
that's so
farmhouse
fucking
was.
cool.
Yeah,
because and honestly, that session sold me on Twilight 2000. I was like, this system is awesome.
But anyway, so that's what it looks like. It looks like there was munitions stored in the basement of this house, and you can tell by like the blast patterns and like the remains of whatever was left here that like someone had been stockpiling munitions here, and it seems like it had been detonated, essentially.
Come on, Kyle. Loot Goblin's gonna loot.
I don't think there will be much left of this house. There's nothing here left. It looks like there was significant amount of explosive material left in the basement, and then there is small remains of person from inside house because it is locked.
Gotcha.
Kyle, if you want to scrounge for scrap, I will let you.
Yes. I'm so happy.
Knew that was coming.
How do I do such a thing?
It's scrounging.
Scrounging.
Just survival.
Survival. Yep. Can I
push it?
aid him in that?
Sure. You can aid him, so give yourself +1.
Oh.
And it is pushable.
So my B would become a B and a D, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
2 and a 5, so now I will push it. Is that all right?
Okay.
Oh, 1 success, a 5 and a 6.
So among the remains, like one of the bodies, you find, like you pick up their AK, and it's been damaged pretty bad, but the part that you had that was broken on the AK-74 is still intact on it, and you're able to get a spare part for your AK-74.
I love my GM.
That's so nice.
There you go.
My GM giveth.
And all of a sudden, in the distance, you guys hear... No, I'm just kidding.
Take this away.
There it is.
Take it away.
There it is.
But yeah, no, Jeremy, I thought you'd appreciate the callback to like Anna's
I did.
shit. Yeah,
like
I know.
as soon as you were like,
it's never in the show. Never in the show.
farmhouse
But it's like
blew up, and I'm
farmhouse
like,
blew up.
what's happening?
This
Other
sounds
dead
very-
people around.
sounds
That's
very
from like
familiar.
3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, but that's about the only thing you find, Kyle, that's like remains that would be useful. Everything else, like the munitions that were in the basement, like the ammunition
Everything
would have
was
like
blowed
gone.
up.
Everything fucking blew. And the only reason this thing was protected was because this guy was a little bit further away from the explosion. But I mean, it was a massive fucking explosion on the inside of this farmhouse, or what was left of this farmhouse. Like the basement got turned into a fucking crater.
The ASP blew up.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
will provide no modicum of shelter.
No, it is a trench. It is the equivalent of a hole in the ground.
With the barn though?
No, it got blown out too from the explosion.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
it was a pretty massive, like, did you ever watch that Mythbusters where they packed a fucking cement mixer full of fucking TNT, like dynamite, or see it like, and they blew that shit up, and it was like boom. It's that, but with a farmhouse and the barn right next door. Like, yeah, no, it got blown to everything got blown to shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, plus we probably don't want to hunker down with a bunch of
trees
dead
are blown
bodies.
down.
Well, we still have one more shift to move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could still go one more shift.
Just meta question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we heading, and this is for the group, are we heading to the X's, or what are we doing?
No, we're heading to the tank.
Okay.
But if we're going to pass by the X on the map, we might as well.
We haven't brought that up yet.
You guys are 70 kilometers away from where the tank was.
All right. Just strictly meta conversation. I really enjoy the fact that Emmett's the one using the survival to navigate. So he could sneaky be like, fuck that X, even if we all agree to go there. He could be like, no, I got lost. Oh no.
Yep, this is where that X was. That's weird. And keep going.
And then, yeah, no, that.
Yep, nothing here.
Nothing here.
So, yeah, I just, as somebody who enjoys stories, that's a fun plot point. So I'm just going to throw that out there.
All right, so you guys are going to continue marching? I'm assuming northeast, in a northeasterly direction.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Kyle. Weather.
A 6.
Oh. It is now clear skies. And since we're on the 13th of June, we're still headed towards a full moon. Not there yet, though, but getting closer. Brian, navigation, Chris, recon.
3 and an 8.
11 and a 5. So 2.
Okay. All right, Chris. Up ahead, you see, because you got 2 successes, right?
Yes.
All right. Up ahead in the hills, you see, like as you're coming up and over a hill, you see about 110 meters diameter fucking crater. And there's debris everywhere. You can see corpses, in the middle of it, like a corpse with an assault rifle, like one corpse in the middle of this crater. And yeah, that's what you see up ahead.
Is the corpse glowing?
Yes, because that's actually how radiation works. No, it's not glowing.
I was not being serious.
No, it's not glowing. So I don't know. It might be radioactive. It might not be. But there's a crater. And it's 110 meters across.
He goes back to those guys, and he looks right at Bruce, and he's like, "Well, looks like I found another thing that I think we should go around."
Oh, for the love of God. What is this time, a kitten?
A massive crater.
Okay, it's a hole.
What makes massive craters, asshole?
Bulldozers?
Why don't you go look for yourself and see what you think?
Okay, I wander up to the edge.
You wander up to the edge?
No, I don't want radiation poisoning. I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of those things where I take the binoculars that are around his neck and kind of do this and kind of yank it more than an accident.
But yeah, so like I said, it's about 110 meter diameter approximate, right? So a little bit, football field and plus, and about 20 to 30 meters deep.
So what do you think made this?
Well, I bet you the body that's in there was about as
You think he
curious
made
as
it?
you. I think he was about as curious as you are.
Well, yeah, it's a big hole. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, he has the body that's in there has a
Hey, does he have a gun on him?
M4. Yeah, he has an M4
Ki-
and a couple magazines. It looks like when you look with your binoculars.
Adam, quit.
He's got gear on him, stuff.
What do I
Helmet,
actually?
flak jacket.
What do I actually have to roll to keep this honest? Tech, or can I use the investigator?
Sure,
recon?
use the investigator.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
A one.
I got a 3 and a 1. This is really important.
It
'Cause-
seems like this guy fell out of the sky and created a crater when he hit the ground.
I don't want to take this stress, but all right, Bruce, this is for your dumbass that I'm taking stress because I feel like in character an 8.
Okay, so 1 point of stress.
Yep.
It 100% looks like a nuke crater. Yeah, there's no reason why you would think it's anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do not think we should go in here, and we should get out of here as fast as possible. This is a nuclear attack.
But we have 17 people back there, and nobody has a gun, and there's guns right there.
There are some guns that
gun.
we have,
He has an M4.
but
He
here
could
is the
have
thing.
more than one gun.
You see that man in the middle down there?
Yeah. The guy
How
that
long
made the
do you think
crater?
it took him to get there?
Minute and a half?
He died in there. Think about how bad the radiation would have to be to die in that crater.
Well, maybe he was
Getting there.
here when it happened. Radiation goes away, right?
He was not here when it happened, because if he was, he would be dust.
I have this fishing pole.
Look-
You think I could hook him?
No, he's 50 meters at a minimum, based upon the way diameters and radius work. And then you have to take into account the angle from the drop. That you do not have enough line for that. But look at him. He does not have any bullet holes. Look in the binoculars. You can see.
Pull Murph
That man.
closer.
There's debris everywhere, and it looks like if you were to go scrounging in there, you would get a +2. There's a whole bunch of other shit in there too, like remains of vehicles and shit like that.
I do not recommend.
So you could run in there, grab what he has, and run out in like 5 minutes, you think you'll radiate and die in that amount of time?
Lieutenant Bruce, I do not recommend it, but you are on your own to determine what your path is.
Sure. Go ahead.
I wish you luck.
There is nobody in your ragtag band of people that has the curiosity that I happen to be afflicted with.
I don't know. That's up to the ref.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking up a different thing right now. What was the
No,
question?
you're the only loot goblin, Kyle.
He wants to know if there are other loot goblins in the 9 NPCs that exist.
No, he wants to know if any of the other people are stupid enough to do what he wants to do.
I want to know if any of the other NPCs don't have 5 rads like I do.
Sorry, I'm
do
doing
not
something else.
recommend.
What was the question?
How are you going to bait him in and then zone out?
He
You've
is the
painted this
master bait.
beautiful picture of treasure.
Come get
Misery,
this cheese. What are
Misery
you
loves
doing?
company. He wants to know if anybody else is dumb enough to go with him.
Yeah, he wants to know if any of the NPCs
Go with I
are-
can't. I mean, meta. I can't go because I have too much permanent rad.
Right.
Oh, no, Meta, you can totally go. Have at
By
it.
the time you guys saw it, you were about 140 meters away from it. So, like from the edge of it.
Okay.
So you're 140 meters away from it.
And a meter's
Yeah.
a yard, right?
A little bit bigger.
Más o menos.
So what is your guys' plan? What are you guys going to do?
We're going to set main camp right next to it because we can't travel any farther.
You can back off from it. And what was your question again, Kyle? Do any of the other civilians want to go wandering into this nuke crater?
I wonder if they want to run.
No. I rolled their are they a dumbass stat, and it was no. They don't want to do that.
I do not believe that.
I just rolled it, and I rolled a success.
You rolled.
yeah.
You did not look down to even see what the roll was.
Would a challenge coin change that?
Can I make him re-roll?
Could he pay the cheese dick tax?
So meta, if I like run in, grab and run out, it's stamina.
For radiation, yeah. But
You will take a rad. Period.
I can't.
But you have to spend a stretch.
Take a rad.
you have to spend a stretch.
I have 5 permanent rads.
So why are we having this discussion?
Because he's a loot
Because there's
goblin.
loot.
Because
and he's a
there
goblin.
is something there that we need to interact with, and we're not interacting with it. I don't like that.
The word need is questionable here.
So how does radiation work? I have 5 permanent rads.
You don't remember Noah? That was like a week ago.
So, like, what's the number of rads I would have to get to, like, die?
Radiation poisoning.
Doesn't it say on there?
Diving into the rules. Here we go.
Fine. Let's just leave. Why am I the only person wired like this? Nobody else has fun.
No, I have fun. I just don't need to.
Go into a crater to have the fun.
I mean, the other thing is,
Wandered
you guys.
into a death gas
I'm just going to say,
station.
you guys don't know how long of a time you need to be there before you get one rad.
I know.
Discuss
that's
amongst
why
yourselves.
My guy is... Like, my mobility is great. I have the best mobility ever. I don't know if that means I'm fast, though.
Murph totally does not give a shit if you go or not. We are not going in there. You can.
Mm-mm.
Maybe you'll get sick enough where it'll shut you up a little bit.
I like to play games, okay, Chris? I like to play games.
I mean, dude, you can go. I just said I don't recommend it. That's your
Is
business.
Jeremiah saying I don't recommend it? Or
Both.
is Novak saying I don't recommend
Both, because he knows what it is too. That's why I rolled for it and then pushed it to try to give you the best amount of information possible to determine
But,
your next course
like,
of action.
So we've hung out in, like, radioactive snow fallout before, and we were fine.
Undercover.
Not the whole. No, we had to run through it at one point in time.
Yes, but radiation poisoning works based off of concentration and radioactive.
And that still
ash.
gave us a rad, and
It gave
still
us
made it
temporary
to where
rads.
we had to roll the next day on whether it stayed forever or not.
Does
Right.
mobility help at all in this case? The fact that I'm fast mean anything?
No, because you still have to spend a stretch scrounging.
And when I
regardless of how
all
fast you are.
All right. Well, no, I'm not scrounging. There's a dude there. I don't have to scrounge. I just have to steal and run.
Oh, you want to run all the way to the fucking middle?
Yeah. Fine.
don't recommend it.
Fine.
Radioactive
You,
wind
man.
sprints.
Fine.
Do you feel lucky?
Fine. We
Wowza.
go away. We go around again.
Look, I'm willing to face down the gas station full of armed marauders by myself, unarmed, but this I'm not going to do.
So you're not gonna loot goblin, is what you're saying, Kyle?
I've been convinced I shouldn't loot goblin. Because I'm now convinced
I'm not
I've
loot
gotta-
gobbling, but it's under protest.
I mean, nobody knows how many rads are in this crater. They just know that there is a crater. We don't know how old it is, and we don't know how many rads are
Yeah, but
remaining
Bruce
there.
doesn't think anybody
And
would,
a dead
if
body.
something bad happens, I think they just point and laugh is my whole thing. I don't think anybody would help me.
Oh yeah,
Aren't
no.
you a college professor? You would know, like,
For fine arts. I can tell you if it's a Monet or a Manet, and that's about it.
He basically has a degree in being a barista.
Yeah, it's definitely not an
Underwater
acting.
basket weaving.
I've asked him to act like 4 different times, and it didn't pan out at all.
To be
He's
or
just not good at
to be.
improv.
Yeah, he's
He's
the same level of actor as Murph is Sniper. You know what I mean?
Shots fired. Shots fired.
God, you get
So you guys are backing off, or
no credit
are
for
you?
the hits.
They're
you made.
telling me I'm not allowed.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, you're allowed.
So, Kyle, meta rules is written. Sometimes you will come across craters from nuclear strikes and other radiation hotspots. The level of contamination varies and determines frequency at which you gain a rad when staying in the hotspot. Weak radiation, 1 rad per shift. Strong radiation, 1 rad per stretch. Extreme radiation, 1 rad per round. Do with that what you will. That dude's dead in the middle. It might be 1 round.
DRT. Dead right there.
Remember the scene in Star Trek when Spock goes in to pull the top off of the nuclear? I know it's not nuclear in that game, or in that show, but
Rathacon.
yes, it was the third.
Looks
movie.
good.
So you guys are backing off. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. It was the long-winded version of we're getting the fuck out of there.
All right. So you guys spend a shift backing off of it.
Are you going to tell me what it was after we leave?
No, it's
It's a fucking crater.
There was an assault rifle.
You're not going to tell me the level of radiation?
No. There's one way to find out. You send someone in. And find out.
I asked if I could send somebody in. You rolled a dice, looked at me, and said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, send
No.
somebody in is you.
I'm not saying you get to send in one of these like test people.
We have 9 of them.
You know, and that's
I'm just saying. No.
that's the way it turns out. Is you have to provide them the option of gunpoint or not. You know.
Yeah.
We can take
Can I bribe
odds.
them? Will one of them be bribed? No.
We can take
No.
odds on how quickly you start throwing up and feeling terrible.
I'm going to say the poles are hypersensitive to being sent into like dangerous environments.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Just as a people, I'm going to say that.
Moving on.
So, in other words, no, the rest of the refugees aren't here to be your human shields.
So why are they even here? Get rid of them.
Or
Canaries.
Your canaries in a coal mine. Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody needs a canary.
Yeah. That's what
Then
Lieutenant
I would
Bruce is.
suggest you try and catch a common wood pigeon because you can't use the NPCs as test subjects.
No.
Goes against
Because-
the Geneva Convention.
Because
We're playing games here.
we are, but here's the thing, and this is where the difference, and I'm going to fully explain this. They're people, right? They are characters that I'm playing, and they are human beings. They are PCs because I'm also a player, and they are my characters. They're not going in there of their own volition. All right, so we are in the night shift. Weather.
Begrudgingly. 4. No change.
Okay, still clear. And what are you guys going to do after backing off?
Cry for a shift.
Merrick's gonna take watch because that's just kind of the way we've been doing the rotation. He'll take first watch.
Yeah, then Chris would make camp and survival, and Emmett would sleep, and
All right.
Bruce would sulk.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Murph. Murph.
You know what?
Murph.
This
Hey,
is
Murph.
this is why
Murph.
I failed the roll because
Hey,
he's
Murph.
doing that while
Murph.
I'm rolling.
Hey, Murph, look what I found when I was scrounging at this place. I think I found the exact part I need for this rifle.
Awesome.
Do
Let
you
me finish
know-
making the camp and I'll help you.
But like, do you know enough that you think we can put this together?
Maybe
We can make this work?
it's definitely possible.
All right,
mean-
cool.
Anybody have a tech?
You? Cool. Because I would be like, kind of going around, like, help?
Hey, how about you go over and ask Mr. Merrick, and I'll finish camp. Wait, that's not the voice out. Why don't you go ask Merrick if he can help you? I will make camp or
I
finish
thought you
making
were like
camp.
the
Leave me
czar
alone.
of all things guns.
I'm not.
So, like, they tell me you can't shoot. I know you can't sneak, and now you don't know anything about guns?
Let's play a game. Why don't you run out about 100 yards and wave your arms and see if I can shoot you?
I think I'll be fine if you're aiming at me.
Let's do it.
I will.
All right, Chris, survival roll and a recon roll.
I failed the survival roll because somebody was distracting him while he was trying to make camp.
Okay.
Because I can't push it, right?
No, you can push the survival roll.
Well, I'm not pushing the one.
If you push the roll, you will take a point of stress.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
that one,
That's fine.
whenever
That's
you
fine.
push a
Yeah.
roll, if you roll a 1 or a success, they stay. I'm just further explaining it.
I'm
to make
not
sure.
flipping you off.
Yeah. So you could take a point of stress, but it's not a stressful situation. This is just taking point of stress. So
That's
this
the-
would not incur the rest of the things.
That's the worry.
Right.
Okay.
Those are different situations.
So re-roll the D10. And I got a 10.
Okay. So no camping mishap, but you take a point of stress.
That's fine.
The stress is from me chit-chatting with you.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I'm just trying to get
This works out. I'm glad the dice work that way.
I just want to make camp.
Yeah, finally he's like, would you shut the fuck up and let me finish?
And you just see me kind of like, what's this guy's problem? And I
Go
turn and
walk over
"No,
there
no,
100 meters. Oh, thank God he shut the fuck up.
Marek,
Keep talking.
Marek,
All right, now we're going to roll to hide the camp.
Marek.
Ooh, that is super fucking hidden. 12 and a 10.
12 and a 10? Okay.
Dang.
So 4 successes.
Why can't I roll this on attacks?
Why can't you roll 4 successes sneaking across the road? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's on watch? Emmett?
Yo, and I got a 9 and a 4. So
Was that
one
with me
success.
bothering you?
All right, so you come over to bother Merrick to see if he can spend a stretch to. Is it a stretch to repair, or is it a shift to repair it?
It is.
Do you remember offhand?
I think it's a
It's a stretch to do weapons maintenance, but I think repairing it might be a shift.
It goes under jury rigging. I don't. Let me see. Repairing a broken item typically requires a shift of work.
Yep. Okay.
Tools
That's
of
what I
some
thought.
sort, a tech roll, and a spare part. So, also need tools.
I have lock-picking tools.
We flash back to the guy in the crater and his toolkit that he had on him.
Ah!
So we can't fix this without tools?
It's a weapon part, Jeremy. As far as I'm concerned, if you have the cleaning gear to disassemble and reassemble, it's fine. Go ahead. It's fine.
It's your business.
Yep, roll it.
For the shift of work?
No, I meant like one. Yeah, you won't be able to do that. But you got one
yeah,
success on the recon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
He's trying to keep watch, but I'm insisting he work with this gun, so I really mess
No,
up.
I can fix it, but not now. It takes too much focus, and I'm on guard duty right now.
There's nobody around. It's nighttime. We haven't been visited at night for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but what if they do?
There's like 14 of us. Somebody will hear them.
Yeah, that would be me. I am the one on watch. You see everyone else is sleeping, and why are you not sleeping?
Because you ever get just like obsessed with things? Like, this has just been all I've been thinking about is trying to get this darn thing fixed. I'm sick of running around with
So
one.
fix it.
Well, it kind of got in this mess because I tried to fix it, and that's how it broke.
So do better. Learn from your mistake and fix it again.
Well, my grandpa always said, if you got a guy, use your guy.
Oh, you come from money. I see.
You're not wrong.
Okay, what will you pay me to fix it?
What would you like? I have a
I take
hunting
3
knife.
rations.
I don't have 3 rations. I have 2 rations.
Okay, the price is 3 rations. I fix it for 3 rations.
That seems a bit extreme since I've already given you water.
We are traveling together.
I mean, technically, water counts as a ration of water. Just to
That is discount. The original price was 4. It's 4 days of work, yeah? Okay.
You enjoy your watch. I just wander off.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America, If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.